Hey guys, Midwest Picker here. I just wanted to make a quick video. Whoops, railroad tracks. Sorry for the shaky. I'm on my way home from work right now, and I just wanted to talk to you real quick about part-time picking, part-time reselling, and the need to be creative and think outside the box. And the reason I thought of this is because I'm going to do this in just a minute. But sometimes people ask me, how do you source items? Where do you source items? One key to success is to expand your horizons as far as when you source. And we all know, most of us know where to source. Flea markets, estate sales, yard sales, rummage sales, thrift stores, of course, live auctions, eBay sniping, Craigslist. The list goes on and on and on. I have a sourcing video down in the description below. There's a link to it, how to source, where to source. But one thing that people don't talk a lot about is when to source. So if you're part-time, this is for you, and my advice is don't just rely on Saturday. Everybody knows Saturday is the big sourcing day. But full-timers and full-time business owners, they source all week long, sometimes 7 days a week or 6 days a week. That's their job. That's what they do, 12, 14 hours a day. But I work a full-time job. A lot of part-time resellers work a full-time job. So we can't do that. And a lot of times I get stuck in this rut where I go sourcing on Saturday. But in order to be successful, you have to do more than just that. So there's two things that you can do. One, with your job, if you're allowed to leave your job on your lunch break, which I am and I do often, is consider hitting a thrift store or garage sales or even an estate sale near the place you work. And I would probably try to focus on estate sales. So what I would do, if you don't already, is download the app estatesales.net, put it on your phone, and the default setting is the next day, so you can kind of schedule this out if you have Google Calendar on your phone and figure it out. But here's an example of what I have done in the past. I don't do it enough. Is I pack a lunch and bring it with me, and I just sit at my desk and eat my food. But I do get a lunch break. So I leave the office and I hit this estate sale that's only 4 or 5 miles away. I go in there and shop for 10, 15 minutes, and then I go back to work. That works on Thursdays and Fridays. The other thing I do is when I leave work, like I'm doing right now, I can hit a thrift store on the way home. So between my work and my home, there's several thrift stores, and I'll just pop in. Today is Tuesday, right? So if you're not doing that and you're only going to the thrift store on Saturday, you're going to miss out on some really good deals. So here's an example. I know the employees at the thrift stores, they stock the shelves obviously every day that they're open. So imagine on Tuesday if they put some super valuable unicorn on the shelf, and I don't mean a plush, I mean like an impossible to find item, something really super nice like a Sony Walkman, or it's sealed in the package, some kind of glassware, a Harley t-shirt, whatever. The full-time resellers or ordinary people, they're going to shop Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Do you think that unicorn is just going to sit there waiting for you until Saturday? No, it's going to get picked up and someone's going to buy it. So if today is Tuesday, if at 2 or 3 o'clock, some employee at this thrift store I'm going to, if they put out something really nice, and now it's 4 o'clock, and I'm going there after work, the chances of me getting it are very good. It's probably slow or dead right now in the thrift store. So when I get there, there'll only be 2 or 3 people shopping. And if the employees there, they put out something really nice around noon or 2 o'clock, I'm going to be the first reseller maybe to see it. But if I wait till Saturday, that's going to be gone. Now I do have some success on Saturdays, and I do find some cool stuff. But on my way home from work, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to pop in to my local thrift stores between my work and my home just for 10 minutes, make a quick pass through the store to see if there's anything really nice. You don't have to spend hours and hours there. I want to get home and eat dinner, so I'm just going to pop in for 15 minutes, and if there's nothing, there's nothing. I was just at this store last week Saturday, so there's probably not a lot different there. So think about that. Consider on your way home from work, or if you work second shift or third shift, leave a half hour early and go shopping on your way into work when these places are open. And not just thrift stores. You can map out any garage sales between your home and your work, or between your work and your home, before you go in, after you get out. You don't have to spend a tremendous amount of time, but if you're only spending Saturdays sourcing, these roads are just a mess. If you only spend Saturdays sourcing, you're going to miss out on these opportunities. So that's just my little speech on that. I'm coming up to a thrift store. I might do a little bit of video in there, not a whole lot, but I'm only going to be in there real quick, so maybe none at all. So when I get back to the office, I'm going to show you what I bought, what I paid for it, what I think it'll sell for, and how it will ship. That's really important for new resellers, is how will it ship. If I buy something that's 1.5 pounds, it's more challenging. Not impossible, but more challenging. If it's under a pound, if it's 10 ounces or 4 ounces, it's really easy, first class. And then I also sold 4 items, so I'm going to do a what sold on eBay at the end of the video. So stick around for that. She's still here. Got damage though. These usually always have damage. Maybe it's not damaged, I don't know. Lots of candles all of a sudden. Price too high. Looking for yellow tags. I don't see any. This was just at Lowe's. This was in my previous video. It's yellow tag, so it's only $6.50. Casa Intaglio. I'll have to look that up. Watch me break it. I can't remember if I talked about this or not as far as the value. So this, I figured out after doing research, is made by Austin Productions, and this is from 1980, which I'll show that. There is a name for it, and I'll put the words up at the top. Of course, I researched it. Now I can't remember as I'm talking. But it is a nice sculpture. And this is just an example of taking a chance when you don't know something. You know, I got it for $6, and there's no damage at all. It looks really cool. I knew it had to be worth something, and I was right. So let's show you the manufacturer here. Kind of hard to focus. There we go. Austin Productions Incorporated, 1980, copyright. So this was not easy to find, but I did find it. Like I said, I'll put the name up at the top, and little face there. So there was two, I believe, on Etsy. One wanted $49, one wanted $59. There was one on eBay, and I don't know if it's still on eBay. I think I found it through Terapeak. I'm not sure, or maybe it's still on there. I don't know. They want $149.99. Now the problem is this company makes thousands of sculptures, probably still today. This one in particular is very hard to find when you Google it. That doesn't mean it's super rare and valuable. It just means there's not very many of them. I don't know if the one person on eBay is crazy and asking $150, or if that's what it's really worth. I don't know. So I have to break the temptation of keeping this. It's really cool. There's no rush. I only put $6 into it. But if I do list it, I'm going to list it for probably $139.95 plus shipping on top. and just see what happens. If absolutely nothing happens, I might have to cut the price down. There's also Facebook Marketplace. I doubt anybody local even knows what this is. It's just so unusual, but you never know. I hate to ship it and have it break. So that's just a quick little video on my research on this item. So this is definitely a bolo. This company is known. I mean, they have a lot. If you look on eBay and search just the name, Austin Production Sculpture, you'll see a whole bunch of stuff. But unfortunately, you won't see this one. Alright guys, Midwest Picker here. I'm back in the eBay office. Before I get started and read from my script and talk about what sold, I first want to give a shout out to Scott out in California, Dumpster Diver Dad. I did my very first live ever on his channel. So go to his channel and check it out if you want to watch it, the replay. I thought I did pretty good, but when you have 3 people in a live video, it can get difficult. You don't want to talk over each other, so I let those guys do the talking. Scott loves to read the comments and interact with the viewers in the live chat, which is really cool. I was just having a blast just being there. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I plan on doing more. I had to use my phone, which is a little weird because I can't read the chat and watch the video at the same time. So next time I'll have my laptop. I got the webcam over here. I got a ring light, so I'll stick the webcam right on there. I know D Flipping Particles wants to do a live. Other people do too, and it's a lot of fun. I actually enjoyed the lives more than the recorded videos. I don't know why. I always look for them and I always watch them. So the video that you just saw was my challenge to the part-time resellers on how to think outside the box and get creative with sourcing. And then I stopped in the Salvation Army, recorded a little bit of video there, and it was a bust. I didn't buy anything, which is fine, but I already picked the place clean last Saturday, so it doesn't surprise me. But I thought maybe if something went out there. So today's Tuesday, maybe I'll try again Thursday or Friday, or maybe I'll just let it simmer for a month and not go back. So I don't know, but nothing ventured, nothing gained, but that's okay. It wasn't a loss. 15 minutes, and I saw a few things that were weird. Real quick on books, I get sucked into books when I see a really big book that has the regular retail price that's just, you know, on the dust jacket from the publisher, and it was $100 US, $145 Canada. It was a big encyclopedia of history. I thought, wow, that's got to be worth some money, at least 40 or 50 bucks, and it weighed like 10 pounds. I almost hurt my back picking it up. I put it in my little grocery cart, and then I scanned the UPC, and there was 2 on eBay that sold for $7 with free shipping. I don't know how that's possible, even with media mail. But you have to be careful with used books and used clothing. It's very difficult. A lot of used clothing, a lot of used books are worth very little money, and then certain items are worth a ton of money. So that's why it's important to watch what sold on eBay videos from other content creators. They will show you what sells. Commonwealth Picker Kevin down in Virginia, he'll show you clothing and hats and all different items that have a lot of value to keep your eye out for. So that's just one helpful one. So that's the fun part of the video. This is the what sold part, and I keep forgetting. I don't know if I said this already in a previous video, but I'm going to say it again because I don't know if I covered it or not. I sold 5 proof sets to Scott out in California, Dumpster Diver Dad. And then I sold 4 proof sets to Roy, RK Treasure Center in Texas, and he was kind enough to pay full price. I offered to sell them to him cheap, but no, he bought them full price. If you haven't seen his channel, I'll put a picture up here. Maybe I'll even link those 2 guys down below in this video. Roy's got a great channel, and he is exploding. His subscriber numbers just keep going up, up, up. He's way past me, and he's doing great. So him and his wife kind of do that together. I think he's part-time. I'm not sure. Could be wrong on that. But check out his channel. So yeah, I'll put a picture up here. The proof sets that he bought. If you're not into coins, you probably aren't that interested. But if you are, they're pretty cool. They're clad proof sets that he bought for me. So I'm down to maybe 2. I used to have a whole bunch, but they all wiped out and sold really fast. So the next item is up here. This is a Spriggs armband for cell phones. I might have sourced this in a video. I just recently bought it a few weeks ago. So I listed it for $14.95. I took a best offer of $12. super light, about 4 ounces. It shipped out first class. And the buyer paid shipping, so I made a little bit of profit on that. If I didn't mention it, I paid $2 for that. Sold it for $12. Next item are vintage sockets. I don't know about this. Vintage tools will sell, but they take a long time. So I'll put a picture up here. I bought these at a flea market for next to nothing. It might have been a bundle, like a bunch of screwdrivers and tools, and I just picked out these. Or it was a thrift store that had like a Ziploc bag of 100 sockets, and it was like $9. And I picked out the Craftsman and the Snap-on and then these, and I bundled them in different groups and lots. So these are, I think, I don't remember, I don't want to get the name wrong, but you can see it here. So paid next to nothing. I listed them for $18.95 plus shipping on top, and they sat and they sat. Somebody offered me $12. Seems a little low, but they're basically almost free, maybe a quarter a piece, I don't know. So I was happy to sell them. He paid shipping on top, so they're gone. Next one is this hinge. I just picked this up a few weeks too. Don't know if I mentioned that. I probably did. It's a real industrial. It's called an invisible hinge. It's solid brass, super heavy. I thought it'd be worth a lot more than it was, and now I can't remember what I paid. I think I paid $2, maybe $4. But yeah, it sold. Now this had the best offer turned on too, and they didn't send me an offer, which is amazing to me. But it sold for my asking price of $19.95 plus shipping on top. So I'm going to say I sourced it for $4 and sold it for $20. Not too bad. I thought it was worth more money. Would I do it again? If I could get it cheaper, if I could get it for $1 or $2, then I would do it again, yeah. And the reason I bought it is because it was in the original box with the instructions and templates. Everything was there. If it was just laying on the shelf, I probably wouldn't pay 50 cents for it, but with the box, it really helps it sell. So the last one's the Big Kahuna. This guy's been messaging me. He's only got 17 feedback, and I was a little worried because his questions were a little odd. I have a description for these, and I'll put it up here. These are the brass foot rail brackets. It's this beauty right here. It's ornate brass. It's solid brass, super heavy and strong, probably commercial grade. I don't know how well you can see that, but I sold 4 of these. I just love these things. I mean, you could do anything. These could be a wall hanger. You can use them to hang plants or something. I mean, you could probably do pull-ups on these things. They're so strong, but they're really ornate and really cool. They're not vintage or old. You can get these today on Amazon and the manufacturer's website. They sell them about $129 to $149 brand new. I got these in a Ziploc bag. I think I mentioned that way back. I don't remember what episode, but it was $10 for these 4, and then an end cap and an elbow, which are basically free, were thrown in there too. A couple of these still had the original tissue paper wrapped around them from the manufacturer, so I listed these as used, and the condition I put nearly new, technically used, no scratches, no damage, look beautiful. You know, brag it up all you want because eBay doesn't care. I mean, you could say whatever you want. There's a little box for the item condition, and I just put it in there. Hey, these are used, but they look beautiful, no scratches, have never been used as far as I can tell. So these have been on eBay for a while. Oh yeah, the old video was did I make a mistake? Was it a best offer or bust or something like that, where somebody offered me $50 and I turned it down, and a lot of you agreed with me that was probably smart to turn it down. So these have been up for quite a while for $99.95, which is reasonable if they're brand new for $139, and these are technically used. So this guy I was telling you about was asking me questions, but he was asking the same information that's in the description. So I thought that was a little strange, but eventually he sent me an offer for $75. So that's with shipping on top. He's paying $9.99 priority mail. It'll probably go in a Region A box. So yeah, I turned $10 into $75. I hate to see them go because they are so cool, but they're gone. Thanks again to Scott out in California, Dumpster Diver Dad, for inviting me to the live video. I plan on doing more. This is what, so the Salvation Army pick was a bust. That's okay. I show you the good with the bad. This is what's sold on eBay. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon. And then if I do go live or if I do post a video, you'll get a notification. And put comments down below with any of your questions. Do you think I sold any of my items too cheap? Should I have held out longer, or do you agree with me? Any questions you have on shipping and sourcing and photography, put them down in the comments. You can also email me. Down in the description is my email. People shoot me email questions, and I'm happy to answer it, whether I'm at work or at home. It doesn't matter. If you follow me on Instagram, I put my sold items instantly, so you can see what's sold instantly and not wait a whole week for a video to come out. And I do have a link on Instagram too, so I got that started. MidwestPicker.com is now up and live. I've owned that domain for a while, but basically it goes to Linktree and it links everything I have on there. So give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time.